Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The message behind saying the title of the Heavyweight Podcast is to be able to say that we can weigh in some heavy shit. You know, what we're talking about is important from every aspect of it. It's a heavy weight. It's not just about physical weight, but the weight of things that can weigh our minds. So I think it's dope that we can have this conversation.
What's good? This is episode 188 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am your anti-social host and never your favorite, Stutter McFly, back again with this lady and these two guys. Go ahead and state your name for the beautiful people out here.
I'm a CP3 ho.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What?
This is all McFly fault. Now all I got a bunch of Boondock references, but it's your boy Mo Lethal.
It's my fault.
It's your fault.
It's your girl, Des the Diva.
Make sure y'all avoid the Kung Fu Wolf bitch.
Oh, my God. I ain't never been so happy for you to start a damn show. How was your week? What's going on? Introduce your damn self. Somebody say something. Somebody other than Molito say something.
I'm going to let it cook for a minute.
Please.
Let them cook.
This is funny.
Go ahead. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm coming.
Yeah, how were your weeks?
My week was actually amazing. It was actually amazing.
Rich ass nigga.
I mean, it was
He
cheap.
rich. He the rich nigga. I got the broke phone.
Southwest. That makes it easy.
Want to get away?
Yeah. I was like, oh, you guys got those prices? Absolutely. And we had like 100 empty seats, went to Texas, so that was fun.
I think I could fit on a Southwest flight now.
I mean, I think you could before.
I think so. I'm a
that shit
bigger
wasn't
girl.
comfortable.
And
It's not
I've been
Spirit.
on- Oh,
That
my
shit wasn't
goodness.
comfortable, nigga. I had to always pay for that first row, so I get that little extra 12-inch pause.
Oh, you
She
do
said.
the Southwest first class? What up? Exit row, what up?
Yeah.
So my cousin, that was awesome. That was real good.
What's up?
So, I think I'm gonna make that a thing just to go down there and cultivate this relationship.
I say that shit, but I'm like, man, fuck them niggas.
Nah, this is cool because like we
can
didn't
fly
really
this way,
meet
too.
until
Touche.
his dad died, and that was after my dad died, and we're both like damn near 40, and I was like, damn, we just didn't meet. Maybe we should. And we get along, so it's nice. It was nice.
That's how it should be. My week was cool, man. It was good. I joke because I'm back down to my pre-baby weight.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'm back down to the weight I was when she told me she was pregnant. 'Cause you know how when your woman get pregnant, and then she get them cravings, and I'm like, we're not finna waste this food. So,
Oh, my goodness.
so I gained a lot of weight. I can't blame her for all of it, but I gained most of it was me.
Well, you both look great.
Stop trying to fuck.
Ain't nobody trying
So
Yeah.
you ever watch Soul Plane?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, which one? Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah,
There's
which
another one?
Yeah.
to. There's more than one?
Yes.
No, there's not.
There's not.
Yes. There's the edited version, and then there's the,
Oh, there's the pre-bootleg one.
No, there's the one you saw in movie theaters, and then there's the BET one. That's why I say it's two.
Oh, I thought there
I
was
got
one
you.
that
I was
released before it, because it leaked before it went into theaters. And there's that version
Yeah.
too.
Oh, did it? I didn't know that.
That's that might be one reason they call Kevin Hart a plant. Like, nigga, how you go from no one to a movie? Like,
Well,
what?
if you asked him, Kevin, he had been putting in the work in all the comedy clubs. I didn't see him before that, but he said he has been putting in the work in. I'm gonna just take him his word. I can't.
To be
I don't
fair,
I don't know.
I don't think that's a movie you want to co-sign for
It
your
don't.
first.
Hey, nigga, Dave Chappelle got Scrooged. Don't nobody know that movie.
No, I think the first time I see Dave Chappelle is Half Baked.
Yeah, there's some movies out there a
Half Baked.
little bit before that, I
Oh,
believe.
fucking Robin Hood. He was
Robin Hood
hilarious.
Man in
Yeah.
Tights.
That's one of my favorite movies.
He didn't get the feature role.
No, he didn't get the role. My favorite Dave Chappelle line is still fucking Blue Street. He's like, do the thing when you
I ain't seen none of this shit.
You ain't seen Blue Street?
I don't like that
Tango
shit.
Ugato and Los
Wait a minute.
Pantalones.
But that's
You
Martin
say you don't like
Lawrence.
Dave Chappelle?
You see how I said it low? Because I
But
didn't
that's-
want to fight. I didn't want to tussle.
So you don't like Jay-Z
you-
nor Dave
You
Chappelle?
don't like Dave Chappelle?
I didn't say I didn't like Jay-Z. I
Kevin,
just
switch
really
them
don't.
seats.
Hey,
I don't like Dave Chappelle, and I
What's your
didn't
problem?
say.
Why
I didn't
you got
say-
beef with black men?
Oh,
you ain't seen the
I
Boondocks.
know you lying.
You ain't watch. You don't like Jay-Z.
I did say I didn't
And you don't
like fucking
like
Jay-Z.
Chappelle. Dang.
I don't like Dave Chappelle.
Why?
I don't know. He's corny to me. I don't like him.
You know, there's some comedians that you have to have a certain level.
I knew he was going to go
See, I
down
knew
this
you was going to try to play me,
damn
nigga. Don't
road.
try to play me. He's corny
My
to
week
me.
was level. How's your week?
You ain't never seen a woman give birth to a baby in the club?
Oh, my
Nigga, is that a baby?
That's fair.
He's corny
It's
to me.
art. Art is subjective. That's all good.
Man, Dave is the GOAT, nigga. I don't give a fuck what she said.
And that's great. I'm sure he paved the way for lots of people. I still don't like
Ice-T
his
did
comedy.
too. I'm not a big fan.
Exactly. Same thing. I'm not a big fan of Ice-T either, but yes, he did pave the way for a lot of people. I never said I
You mean
didn't
the
like.
cop killer that's a cop?
Oh
Oh,
boy,
nigga, he be selling that insurance.
you're on a roll today, baby. I
Anyway.
mean,
I fuck with Ice-T.
and I never said I didn't like damn Jay-Z.
How was your week, Des?
It was cool. I never said
Stutter.
I didn't
Stutter.
like Jay-Z.
Stutter. She did.
She said that shit.
Did I say that?
You said that shit.
I don't mind him. I just don't listen to him.
Good thing it was recorded. We can play it back.
Run this shit back. I don't give a fuck.
She's Ricarda James.
Hey, you know what's funny? Hey, we can put it in slow motion. It's gonna be like,
I didn't say that shit.
Jay-Z.
I didn't say fuck Jay-Z. Did I say that?
No, you didn't say fuck Jay-Z, but you damn sure said you didn't like him.
5 seconds.
Okay, he's just not an art. If I was making a playlist, he wouldn't be the first artist I thought to put on there.
That's okay.
He has songs here and there I like, but they probably are not the more popular ones that you all would like. I just don't listen to his music like that. I don't like
He's
Jay-Z.
starting to remind me of Rick James on Chappelle
I don't
Show.
give a
That's
right
what
now.
I'm saying. Ricarda James, yes. No, I don't
I know.
remember putting my feet in Eddie Murphy's
Yeah,
couch. Yeah, I
I
remember.
do.
I was like, wait, what?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And fuck both of y'all.
Oh, that's funny.
How was your week, Big Fly? Because I'm not finna be playing with neither one of y'all today. Y'all not finna get on my nerves.
I'll just go into my journey to doing the endoscopy, and I'll do that.
The what?
Oh,
The
yeah.
endoscopy.
That's right.
Oh, we did talk about that.
She don't remember. I had a personal conversation. She don't
It's clear
remember.
that Des is on the podcast. She's just not a fan of the podcast.
No, that's bullshit. I remember
Yeah, we
he
had a
had that.
personal
We had a
conversation.
one-on-one conversation. So shut your ass up. Okay.
Yeah, so I had an endoscopy, and I told Des that I was nervous. I told Mo too. I was nervous about it. Because I've never been put under for anything. I've never had a surgery or operation or anything. So I was nervous about the whole being put under anesthesia. But it was an interesting time. I went. Shout out to Patrick for being my ride, and we were sitting there shooting the shit with the dude at the front desk, and we were talking about Luka going to the Lakers and shit. And we shot the shit, and it was real chill. And we go into the back, and they have you get ready. And as I'm getting ready, he's like, "So I'm gonna need you to get full butt naked." I said, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Oh, you're here for the upper. Oh no, you just take your stuff above your waist off." I said, "Okay." I said, "Nigga, either way, that wasn't going down. I'm not getting butt naked for you, nigga. That's not happening." Anyway, so I get prepared. They take you in the back, and there's a black anesthesiologist. Is that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So she was like, "You're nervous, huh?" I said, "Yes. I've never been put under for anything." She's like, "Don't worry, I got you." I said, "I believe you. I believe you." So she's like, they're putting all the vitals on me. I said, "This motherfucker, like I'm freaking fuck out." They're like, "You're really nervous." I said, "I've never been put under for anything. Any hospital visits I've had have always been bad because I don't like the process. Last time I saw my dad, hospital, all that shit." So she ended up giving me something, and
Probably
it like
Ativan or something.
it chilled me out. And then she started asking me questions, and she was like, "I gave you a little bit of the shit to knock me out." And she's like, "But the doctor needs to ask you a couple questions before we start this." I said, "Okay." So she starts asking me about my house and how it's like living in Winchester, and I can't remember
Nothing else?
You just woke up.
because how I remember is trying to answer the question. It was like she asked 4 questions. I don't remember ever getting to the third. I just remember fumbling on the second, and by the time I realized what was happening, I was like, "You're good to go home." I said, "Excuse me?"
Yeah.
I didn't even finish the question. What you fuck? I just got here. So
Were you in the same room?
yeah,
See, I've only gone under once. And the shit that fucked me up is they were sitting there talking to me, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just woke up and I was like in another room, and I was like, wait, how did this work?
When the fuck did I get here?
I'm here for my teeth.
Yeah.
And what the fuck? That shit's
When
a
I told you,
trip.
that's the best sleep of your life. You wake up like, fuck.
Is it though? Because you don't remember
Yeah.
none of that shit.
That's why it was good. That's why that shit was good.
And I just remember coming to, and I was coughing like crazy. She's like, yeah, you got to cough, keep coughing. I said, okay. And I just, it's like, it's time to go home. They're like, yeah, your ride's waiting downstairs. I said, fuck.
Yeah.
What was the coughing for?
I guess for the tube going down my
Oh,
throat. So they wanted to make sure
irritating
that
you.
So, but yeah, that was an interesting experience. But I have a slight hernia and GERD, so which is excess acid. So they gave me a prescription to regulate my stomach acid and just told me to keep proceeding to go to the gym and such.
So how you do? Because I'm like, how do you do with a hernia? Is it just?
It depends on the severity of the hernia.
It can.
Because my nephew has a hernia, but his is worse. He's like throwing up, like he can't keep nothing
They
down.
didn't operate him? Because
Not
normally
yet.
when it's that bad, they go in and repair it.
He had to get the endoscopy to make sure how bad, but he does have to get it. Yeah,
do surgeries or
Yeah.
like that. Oh shit!
Yeah.
but you're usually out for a minute from.
So
But
you
know,
usually gotta
you
sit
can also
down. Okay.
experience that. My wife has one, and she literally got hers from pushing out my daughter. I said, so she's still causing you pain.
Oh,
That's what I get scared of is like lifting something. I get scared that I'm gonna get one from like a sneeze because I'll be sneezing and that shit. Be
My
like,
goodness.
oh shit!
my
Yeah.
goodness.
I'm waiting for that sneeze to take my back out.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
boy.
That's gonna suck. Oh help!
So
Pick me off the floor.
so I guess it's time to get into the shenanigans. And Patrick said, "Fuck you." So these are usually curated off of life again.
We got to get Patrick on the show because I got to see him in
It's
person.
gonna be worse than y'all two together. It's just gonna be like,
We got to get Patrick on the show. Sit him right here next to me because
You
he
don't
sound like he gonna have jokes.
No, he don't.
So these are curated by life, and right now in the notes it's called "What You Eat Don't Make Me Shit." Shout out to Jay-Z.
I don't give a damn. Okay.
So
Tupac all day, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Put your little diamond down. Okay.
yeah,
can you share a moment when you realized someone's life challenges were very different from your own, and how did that affect your perspective?
Every motherfucking day, when I look at my daughter and say, "This is what your challenges are."
That's because that's the realization that you
you would
grew up differently.
Fold in the '90s, like soft as Charmin.
Yeah. Because I definitely look at that every day. It's a whole different. They're on a whole different thing than us, and it's the challenges. I think even there is just the fact that we never had to deal with social media like they do,
Nah.
and how they can
Yeah,
like we dealt with physical confrontation with bullies. They can literally deal with an anonymous bully the whole fucking time. So
yeah,
Yeah, but that's
It's different.
psychological warfare. Like
It's
a
different.
motherfucker. That's
That's
completely
if you
different.
care.
I'd rather take on the physical bully than
Yeah, I
That
want to.
shit.
I'd rather you
Well,
run
yeah,
up.
not an invisible bully,
Yeah.
and like 30,000 of them. You're like, oh shit, there's 30,000 niggas that hate me. I don't even know them. Like
Yeah.
that's scary.
Yeah, tap in, trace that IP, and pull up.
And
Well, not
I
at
think
8.
I have the opposite perspective when it comes to the kids because my stepson has autism, so I think he has a more challenging childhood than I
Yeah.
did. So I think that kind of it actually humbled me a lot. And it also made me look at some of the people we went to high school with that I feel like might have had autism, but they didn't get diagnosed.
I feel like a lot of people were on the spectrum before it was popular.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm not even making a joke. There are certain people, and because I'm
And
with
I'm
him,
talking about somebody close to me.
yeah, okay, well, who?
Probably.
somebody-
he's referring to me.
Probably.
That's what
You think?
Yeah,
I-
I was diagnosed before, but it's
Oh,
not like that. It's just
he cool though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
I'm
I
there.
think because people don't really understand that autism really just refers to how you communicate.
Mm.
That there's a lot of people we know that
I might be because I used to communicate with my hands.
I wouldn't be surprised if a majority of us
Is that
have a touch of it. The spectrum is so broad, it wouldn't be surprising. You used to do what with your hands? Shut
it
your
took a
hands.
He
minute.
had a nigga moment. That's
It
all.
took
That's
a
good.
minute. I was
That's
just
all.
like-
I am just so
And
tired.
then he
of
looked at me and I was like, I think
He had a nigga moment. That's all.
Mm.
Don't mind him. You can refer to my face as soon as he said it because I was like, this nigga here
You just shut your ass up.
communicates with his hand, nigga.
you
I
know
talk
what's
with my
you,
hands.
you want to know what's
And I
shitty
talk with my hands.
is I'm gonna admit this.
Go ahead and say it.
That made me think of a Wishbone rap line.
Wish.
Ain't that some shit? Wishbone, he talks with his hands. Anyway,
What's wrong with this?
Yeah, you,
tired of
hey,
y'all.
Daz. Hey, Daz, real quick. Have you ever said, man, I can't wait for the Wishbone album?
Big Rig, Rollo,
No.
and Wishbone.
No.
It
Do you?
never came out. It never came
Never-
out.
never
and
did.
nobody
No one
noticed.
asked.
No one noticed.
No one asked.
No one asked.
He knew. He knew.
I'm gonna be serious from now.
If you come my way, anyway.
No, you ain't.
You know what? I learned a lot working at this adult center, senior center.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I thought I was
Yeah,
like,
that- I
God
had to-
damn, you
I had
worked
to-
at a porn
I
store.
had to clean
Yeah, I
that
was
up.
finna
I had to
go.
clean that up.
It's gonna be done.
Yeah, that's. I would think
Yeah.
that's what they would be thinking.
Nah, that's the back room.
I gotta clean that up. Shit.
Ew.
But there was like, damn, I don't remember his name. This old fella, he was like 90 at the time. And you're like, damn, he's like, you know, all these health issues. But that fool would wake up every day, ride his motorcycle in, and get in there, get on the treadmill and hit his little weights and go about his day. And I'm like, I ain't got shit to complain about. Like, if this old
Yeah.
man can still keep going and doing this shit, what the fuck am I doing? Like, nigga, I'm in here high.
Yeah.
Like, shit like that, like, always lets me, or like when you see people with, like, missing limbs or something like that, or things like that, and still
hmm
going through, I was going to say something, I was kicking through, but I was like, that's probably
Yeah.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Like, that shit makes me put things in perspective for me. Like,
I
nigga, you
also
could do it.
I definitely agree with that. I also think in recent times, in realizing how recent a lot of like civil things that we had to go through was, like my mom going to school where she was being bused and they're calling her,
Yeah.
you know, out her name on the bus and things of that nature. I think I also feel like although we're going in the right path, I think I might have taken for granted how like serious and how recent a lot of that was for us.
Oh, yeah. That's mad recent.
Yeah, like our grandparents and grandmas and mamas and daddies and
Well, no,
uncles, they went through that.
Parents were alive when
Yeah,
Martin
Martin
Luther
Luther
King was
King.
killed.
Yeah, and I don't think I registered that for like a while, and now I'm like, oh hell, hold on.
No one is. That's
this
the
shit
problem.
this shit just happened. Hold on, we
Well, that's
ain't
the thing.
that far off.
They want you to act like or believe that it ain't just happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
with
and
the
that's
pyramids,
the
nigga. Like,
truth,
yeah,
right?
What's it?
That's definitely the truth. That's definitely the truth. But I don't think I realized it. And knowing that now, it makes me feel like I have to do better with not only like knowing us as a culture, but how I move as a culture and how I move for the culture.
Well, I feel like with that, when you go in that, it feels like they're looking at us like, nigga, what are you complaining about? Like,
I swear
what
to
are you
God, before this
complaining
episode
about?
is
You know
over, I'm
what I
gonna pepper spray your ass because
mean? Ooh.
this nigga
Oh, I was like,
pepper spray.
you blood in your mouth?
Yeah, bite your little punk ass tongue because don't nobody want to hear it. Go ahead. What
She
were
talking
you
about for the
saying?
culture. She ain't never seen Boondocks.
Fuck the damn Boondocks, nigga. I don't watch cartoons, cuz. You see, you finna make me mad. I don't watch fucking cartoons, okay? I'll watch the little bitch ass cartoon when I get to the house. Now, what was you saying, Kevin?
Well, you should watch the cartoon.
Oh, boy.
I'm
Damn.
gonna turn this shit off. Nigga, that sound like it's about-
No, I haven't seen the Boondocks. I don't listen to Jay-Z. I don't give a fuck about Dave Chappelle.
I mean, I don't. The Jay-Z don't.
No
matter to
shade,
me.
Dave Chappelle. I think you did a great job paving the way for people. I just don't fucking like the comedy that he does.
Hey, and if you're listening, Boy, have I got a joke for you. I don't.
McFly.
Yeah, please answer the question because this nigga more
It's a
recent.
lot to process. Let me hold on.
I can't be for the culture because I didn't see the
I
Boondocks.
didn't say you couldn't be for the culture. See,
No,
you see how I say something.
No,
you
you
know
shouldn't
how-
even had it. You shouldn't even had it even
Yeah,
with it.
I'm just saying, like, it's well,
Run it back. Run the tape back.
Yeah, please, because
We can't do that in real time. This isn't the NFL.
I will say I had this whole answer picked out, and then someone next to me said that they didn't listen to Jay-Z.
nigga, you ain't gonna. You want to tell you something? Goddamn, McFly, we not gonna do this no whole hour long, McFly. Okay.
Okay.
That's funny.
Okay. Well, growing up, I will say in a lot of instances, it was understood from my perspective that it was always going to be different when it pertained to a lot of my classmates and peers, because most of my peers all had their moms in their life and usually not the fathers, or they had both parents. Me, it was always just me and my dad, and it was a whole different dynamic. So you would get either the kids that envied you because there's like, oh, your dad's there. Then it would be like the damn, how can you operate like that without a mom? So you would get a lot of instances where you would have to deal with people not really necessarily giving a fuck about how you were raised or brought up, because they're just dealing with what they deal with, which is understandable, but it's understanding that we come from different sides or different perspectives because of what we had to deal with growing up. So for me, and the reason why I asked that question was, it's hard to be empathetic, but it's a very valuable thing and in a way a blessing to be able to be empathetic to other people, because everybody comes from a different background. So for me, it was understanding that so-and-so might have beef with you because you have your dad around and they don't. So you have to understand and be empathetic to understand that why they're giving you a little bit of smoke was because it has nothing to do with you. It's just them having to accept something that they didn't get a choice in. Same thing with me. I never really necessarily envy people for having their moms around, but I just kind of accepted it, I guess, as growing up, that my mom had her issues, and I just had to accept what it was and then try to make the most of what I was going through. But, you know, you learn a lot regardless of what your background is just being able to take the lessons. Like you said, Kevin, I dealt with every time I felt sorry for myself or was on some bullshit. I always had a interesting thing of seeing someone with a missing limb or the homeless person that was just happy to be able to get a meal, and you go, fuck, what am I complaining about?
Yeah, homeless man.
You know what I'm
making
saying?
you feel, hey, nigga, you good? You're like,
Yeah, and they're just excited just to have a meal, and you're over here like, what the fuck am I complaining about?
Yeah.
If they're happy to just be living.
yeah.
So I said it's important to be empathetic in a lot of situations. A lot of times we're so caught up in our own shit, we don't know how to be, but it's important to pay attention to what other people are going through, because it can make you appreciate what you have. So
And
I would. Sorry, go ahead.
if I could add to that with empathy, I think what people got to learn to practice is empathy towards those who you perceive to have more than you. Because like sometimes we look at people that are the haves or whatever and see them go through things and be like, well, how could that possibly be a problem to them? It's like, it's hard to put ourselves in those shoes because we haven't lived in that life. But it's like, if this is the worst thing that they've gone through, it's nothing to us, but to them, it's the worst thing they've gone through. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's where it gets tough. And I think if we could all learn to practice that, it'd come out a little better in ways. But like empathy, I think is important to learn how to go beyond just the lesser. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I would say two things. Sometimes people don't. The toughest thing they went through, they may not view it as the toughest thing because the effects of it may be delayed,
Yeah. Okay.
or they can't correlate put the two dots together.
Yeah.
That this is why this is happening. And then to touch on what you were saying, McFly, I always say that I had a great childhood, right? My grandparents did everything for me. And they raised me to the best of their ability. But especially like my teenage years, there was a void there that I wanted my parents. And it didn't matter how much my grandparents loved me. I still wanted the love from my father. I still wanted the love from my mother. And it was something that they couldn't replace because I knew that even though they took those roles, they weren't my biological parents. So that was something that I struggled with. And I really do think that really what was pushed me to try to develop relationship with my parents. But again, like people say, oh, I had a great life. But emotionally, I always felt I was lacking something because I didn't have the one thing I cherished the most. So like, but people like, because my wife all the time, oh, you had a silver spoon. Yes, I was raised rather nicely, but it wasn't. I always tell like at least you had your mother's love or a version of it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to see your father from time to time. It was like, because like I always say, I can count on one hand how many times I saw my father before I started driving. You know what I'm saying? So I do think people, like Kevin was saying, like you have to have empathy because it may not look like a bad situation to you, but you don't know how they feel in their situation.
Well, that's some deep way to start.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's nice.
I told you, Dale's gonna be serious.
How can you define empathy and how has it shaped your interaction with others?
I think empathy comes from a level of emotional intelligence, just kind of being able to give grace to others that are in different situations than something maybe you've experienced, and sometimes things that you have experienced, but still have that grace for other people.
I think empathy comes from understanding that your view doesn't necessarily match their view, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with their view. And it's understanding that what got you to age, I'll just say 30, what got you to age 30 is not the same thing that got them to age 30.
Absolutely.
So even though the experiences are different, it doesn't discount their view or what they're going through. And it's also being able to support in a way that they need to be supported in their downtimes, because it's like it's like everybody here, right? Everyone here would require a different type of support depending on what we're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't support Dez the way I would support you. I can't support, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not interchangeable. So empathy is understanding that, especially with like people you consider like friends, family, is supporting them in ways that is beneficial to them. Because I feel like a lot of people operate in the terms of I'm only going to give you what's good for me type deal. And that's not really being empathetic. Empathetic is putting yourself aside and catering to the needs of the other person at that time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's the textbooks, putting yourself in other people's shoes. I don't know. But I guess I look at it as everybody is their own self. It's like, who the fuck am I? Like, I'm no better than anybody. I'm no better than nothing. It's like, it's easy for me to like sit down and listen to somebody and just take what they're saying and not judge them. You know what I mean? So I think that's how I just maneuver on a daily. So I think that's kind of shaped me in the way it is, because I think I kind of am empathetic to pretty much everybody. And it's served me well, I feel like. And like it's helped me be very honest. Like if you don't know something, like I can't act like I'm empathetic to that. Like I'll be like, I don't know what that feels like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea. But I'll be here for you, whatever it is. You know
does it go along with your quote that you had on Facebook?
What's that?
The blessing to be able to see people as humans.
I guess. Yeah, I read a lot of comments and I'm like, damn, people are just lost. They live disconnected. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? Like, they'll go into politics and I'm like, such and such is going through this. They're like, well, so-and-so voted for that. You're like, well, that has nothing to do with politics. This is like real life. Like at this point, it's real life. like cool politics in me real life, but those motherfuckers don't care. You still got to go do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, everything is based on relationships. Like this whole world moves that way. Like if there was nobody, people not connecting with each other, it'd just be a fucking machine. And if we get to that, it's over. We might as well just be robots. So.
Because even in what you said about Too Short, you being able to kind of identify that he was going through something, and you were like, well, you know.
He's a human.
Yeah.
His brother murdered. You're like, dog, come on.
Mm-hmm.
He walked by, I looked at him and I was like, something looks off. And then I was like, oh yeah, nah, leave him alone. And like, I think he kind of saw me because I was walking to the bathroom and he kind of looked at me and was like, I was like, in my head, I was like, nigga, I'm not coming to make a scene.
Yeah.
I'm going to the bathroom, but I was like, nah, I got you. I'm not going to be like, what's my favorite? What? Like, but yeah, I guess that is, that's literally my daily thought processes outside of me.
But like that, seeing people as human that's key because we're all just the sum of our experiences.
Yeah.
And being empathetic also is taking into account the other person's experience because no two experiences are going to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Even like when you look at children raised in the same house, each one has a different upbringing. Each one's childhood it's not going to be identical. Someone's going to feel less love. This person got more attention, or you are harsher with me. It's never the same. And it's true, like they say, because you get a different version of the parent. That's true. Depending on the child. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really look at people and say, well, in order for me to empathize with what you're going through, even if I can't understand it, I can still be supportive in a way in which you need. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to necessarily have the same background or the same upbringing to see that, because pain is pain. We all can recognize pain. Pain is pain, hurt is hurt, sadness is sadness, and you have to relate with them on the basis of that, whatever that emotion is.
Yeah, it's odd because I look at so much shit where it's like people could be so, like, you could talk to somebody who's like completely racist, and like when you sit there and listen to it, you go, like, you guys don't even realize we're in the same fucking boat. Like it's the same struggle. But you can't see past whatever that is. And it's nuts. Damn. It's nuts. I don't.
My brain when I'm still looking for these black jobs.
Well, they all gonna be black jobs.
It's
soon.
the field. That's why he going to get the Mexicans up out the damn field so he can put us back in there. We know what the black jobs. That's why he said the Mexicans are taking the black jobs, and he immediately sent ICE to the fields.
Nigga, please.
I got too many certifications in the field.
I won't be going in the field.
I just bought a 9mm. You going to put me?
Say that out loud.
It's legal. Goddamn right. Anyway, stutter.
So, in my life, I can say that the one thing that I was being able to be blessed with growing up was the ability to have empathy when I didn't even realize that's what it was. And I've told the story before in this podcast about, like, me and my dad went to In-N-Out and we were in the drive-thru and he was being really rude to the lady at the window, and I'd said, Dad, like, why are you being mean to them? They prepare your food, like, what? And he thought about what I said, and I was just like, because my brain automatically, I was 4 or 5 at the time, but I remember just thinking, imagine being in their shoes and you're yelling and like being irate with them. Would you want to be in that? And he thought about it. And he said, you're right. I said, they prepare your food and you're being irate. Like, would you want, like, if you're on the other end, what would you do to their food? So, I just, in life, it was very easy to try to, maybe it helped me get out of my own brain, but it was easy to understand try to understand where other people are coming from, because it was just shit. What are their experiences like?
Yeah.
And that was a lot of times where I would break it down to, what is your like daily life like? I'm sure is very different from mine. So that made me be able to have friends from different backgrounds. I remember my best friend, Farhan Ahmed. I remember his culture and how different he was from mine. But when we would talk, you would learn that like there's so many different people in this world, and the roads it took to get to where we ended up in the same room, in the same school, and we were able to just both love basketball and all these things. And you realize he came from a very religious two parent household where they had a strong belief in family and all that, and my family was the exact opposite. But it was very interesting to see that we could still coexist at the same table, essentially. And we were very close friends. And then I always thought it was a trip that one of the times in jury duty, we ended up seeing each other like fucking 20 years later. And I remember hearing his name and I said, nah, no way. And we're in the same jury pool. I said, no fucking way. And he walked up. I said, holy shit, it's Farhan. But it was one of them things that even now, we're still cool with each other. And it was still the same thing. We still love the Lakers. We're still, you know what I'm saying?
You better.
Yeah. But it's still one of them things is like, that's a friend of mine that came from just understanding that we're different, but we didn't look at each other as bad for being different. So to be able to have that empathy, to understand that everybody has a different backdrop. And that's a lot of the friends that I met were always different.
That's always good.
And a lot of the closest people that I've came across that helped me through a journey of doing music, et cetera, was based on them having empathy and understanding that I wasn't like them.
Yeah.
The going to MI, and I remember feeling so fucking cast out by all the rappers. And they all used to fucking act like I wasn't one of them. But the rockers fuck with me. And they saw me walking around Sunset by myself in between class, and they asked me to come with them to Amoeba Music.
Well, like punk rockers?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're usually an inclusive group.
And then they were just like, hey, man, I didn't want to, like, you're so dope, man. Like, what you can do with your voice is dope. Like, you're the one talented rapper. And I said, I appreciate it. And I'm still cool with those people to this day.
Shit blew your mind, didn't it?
Yeah, because it was one of the things where I'm like, I didn't think that the punk rockers or whatever would look at the rapper and go, you're dope.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's just people embracing differences.
Well, those fools were just intimidated, the rappers.
I just know it's to be able to see that side of it, to me, is how I define it. Like, to be able to see the differences and embrace them and not look at them as a bad thing.
What you said kind of reminded me of the first question. So I remember I had all through middle school and high school, I had this friend VJ, and we both had similar pressure, but his pressure was like way deep, worse than mine, right? Because like the pressure of doing good in school, right? Like being an A student was a requirement for me. And it was the same for him, but it was worse for him because both of his parents were doctors.
Yeah, I was going to say, he sounded like he was supposed to be a doctor.
Right? And not only was both of his parents doctor, his dad was the doctor to a lot of people at the school. So it wasn't like you could do something that's not going to get back to your dad.
Yeah.
And I used to remember, he used to he wanted to be an athlete. Like he wanted to be on, he wanted to be on the tennis team, or he wanted to be on, run track or something like that. And his dad was like, no, you got to study. Like his parents would not let him have anything outside of books. And it's crazy. I mean, he's a doctor now. He has a beautiful wife and family. I think his wife's a doctor too. So, I mean, but like that pressure, like the pressure on his life, I was like, man, like, damn,
it worked.
It worked. It worked.
Yeah.
But they literally they controlled, no, this is.
It's funny as Farhan's like some rocket something, like he's a scientist where he's like in money, and he has floor seats to the Lakers, and you're like, dude, you turned out.
Hey, I like the sounds of that.
It's the pressure.
But you made me think about there was a girl, this Korean girl at our elementary school, and I remember I was happy getting a B. She got a B+, and it broke her. I said, what the fuck? She was in tears crying. and she was worried about in elementary school bringing down her average because of what the pressure her parents put on her. And I'm thinking, I felt empathy in that moment because I was like, damn, to have that kind of feeling, I'm just happy getting this. Yeah. You got a better grade than me and you're heartbroken. Like, what the fuck?
Sometimes I think like, damn, I wonder what it's like as an adult at that point where you're like, oh, I did all the bad shit then. Like, it's over. Now this is just fun. Like, oh, shit. Okay. But
that's...
Hey, everyone's journey is their journey. It's like a mushroom trip. It's all different.
So what strategies do you use to step into someone else's shoes and understand their reality?
Strategies.
I don't really think I have a strategy. I just think I approach everyone from the mindset of we're not the same and your upbringing is different. My upbringing is different. We may not have the same views on things, but I can understand, like you said, core, like I was saying, core emotions. I can understand what you're going through. I can relate to that. And I can always give you my honest opinion, but then, I'm famous for saying, but that's just me, or you grown. Like I get myself an out at the end,
nigga,
because I can only tell you how I view from my experience.
Your usual statement and everything I've heard is not always, but your go-to is you're a better man than me, and I'm like, this nigga just fuck. I was like,
I do say that a lot.
That's shit. When I hear it, I'm like, this nigga just threw shade at me. Like, you better than me.
I hate that you better than me shit. I hate that.
I know it's not meant to be, but that's every time I hear the phrase.
Because a lot of times, especially when you're like you're describing to me like what you're going through in the situation, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on it, and then I think about it, and I'm like, nigga, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put up. Yeah. I wouldn't put up with it. And I was like, that's what I'm saying. You strong. Because I'm like, you better than me. Because I'll be flipping some tables around this bitch. My wrath would be felt.
I think the strategy that I've used is generally I ask like 3 to 5 questions, and that's where I'll start. So like when someone's telling me something I might not know what is happening, I try to give them like the 3 to 5 questions of like what's where is it coming from, like the emotion that's behind it and everything, and then go from there. And then once I get to that 5th question, I kind of have an idea of, all right, this is why this is happening. This is the anger behind it. This is the emotion, the reason behind it. And then I can kind of go from there to understand what empathy, because, you can only you only know what you know. So you just try to get information, as much information as possible. So.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the strategy. I don't know. Just look at everything and like everybody, I guess I'm weird. Just like everybody.
You ain't got to guess.
Everybody got a story. Like everybody deserves to tell their story. So fuck it, tell your story. And I'm here to listen.
Cause the reason why I say that, because on the flip side, I've had instances. I was talking about this last night, where a friend that you haven't seen in years popped up on my doorstep, and was expecting help. So when I asked what was going on, I realized this nigga ain't changed, and he's not. He's looking for a handout, but not help.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of understand that certain people, like rest in peace to a friend of ours that was trying to help him. He said it. He said, "I don't think I can help him, bro." And it was one of the things I understood is like if he's not willing to help himself as far as get better. Yeah, it's just a perpetual cycle of just please help me, because he was disrespectful to everybody in his like his mom, etc. So he was just so used to people just giving him. Yeah. So I still feel like I get what I need to know out of hearing the story. Yeah. I'm like, hey, tell your story, and if it's hey man, that doesn't sound real. Assess and make a judgment from there. Because I even tried to help in that moment, and that motherfucker snapped at me, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah. There's a limit. Yeah. There's always a limit.
Yeah, it's pretty low. Grow up.
So yeah, some people need to, and in that instance, he really needed to grow up because he burnt so many bridges. So it's like at that point, I lacked empathy.
That'll happen.
Yeah. I don't
know if it's a lack of empathy. It's you just hit a wall. You're like, this is as far as I can go.
I think you showed your empathy in another form.
Because not whooping his ass.
One.
because I was
See, you better than me.
I was going to. Huh?
You be fighting.
No, I don't fight. I can't
mean,
fight.
He don't have to fight. This nigga's strong. He only take one punch. One punch is not a fight.
Did nobody ask you, fan club?
Damn.
Thank you very much. I'm talking to Big Fly.
I'm gonna have empathy in this moment, Kevin.
I didn't know that you.
And I'm not gonna say what I'm
I
thinking.
never seen you that
You
angry.
basically
Well, I
did.
did.
I
thought
tried
you
not
was
to be
gonna-
that.
I did. I thought that you was going to
Without
harm
saying.
the previous gentleman
Man,
that was here.
I was gonna say,
I don't
You
want to
guys-
talk
that's
about
TMI.
I'm
that.
ready to go home.
I just want to say, like, I try to get through life not because I've repeated here. My dad used to always reiterate the consequences of those actions, and you got to really think about the consequence in this country. As soon as you do one thing, they want to label you something. So that's what usually I hear in the back of my mind when I decide to not take those. But I do. There's been a few times the motherfucker almost got their ass whooped. So
Yes, I'm curious. What's your answer to the question? What are your strategies?
the crystals.
No, it's not the crystals. Okay. I typically ask people how they need me to show up for them. So that because I previously would show up in the fashion that I felt I needed it to be presented, but in more recent days, I just ask people how they need me to show up for them. Why did you ask me that like that? Because I know you're finna say something smart.
No,
I was gonna. No,
I'm saying
I'm
that.
not saying it.
What did I do?
Sit this one out, buddy.
All right, I was gonna just say I need you to
What
listen
I
to
asked?
Jay-Z.
What? The question? I just wanted to hear your
I'll
answer.
be trusting you because you always got some underlying shit that you finna be on.
Yes. I've said nothing but good things about you.
Okay,
It's just
you always got some underlying shit that
I've
you
said
be
nothing
on.
but
Y'all
good
niggas
things
like
about you.
North Korea, South Korea, just always on edge. Like, what was that? What was that? What was that? Oh, that's fun.
I'm just making sure that people hear your take.
But people know shit.
Yeah, now that you told them.
I got.
What is the
I
next
got
question?
an Usher
Because I'm
song
gonna tell you
stuck in my
something.
head, and I don't know why. It's not even like a good.
Oh, you know
song.
what? This is off topic. Can I say something off topic?
Ghetto, ghetto, ghetto. I'm right. You can't.
You're not
we don't
right,
even
Kevin.
have to talk about
You're
it.
not right.
I'm
87 is not. 87 to 1 is not better than
It's
Confessions.
better than Confessions.
And I told my wife that, who is
There's skips on Confessions. Yes.
okay. Next time.
I just drove to San Diego and listened to both of them, and I was like on 87 and 1. I was like, when you're feeling in your body, and then I did the whole dance in the car. But
What's your favorite song from each?
I skipped Confessions 1 and went straight to Confessions 2. Because who wants that after you put out 2? Nobody. Every time I was hitting like, boom, boom,
about-
doom, 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 doom.
What's your favorite song on Confession?
Confessions? Ooh, that's a good one. Because that is a masterpiece of
Number
an album
1.
as well, too. That's yours?
Number 1
Really?
for personal reasons.
Okay, fair. Fair. Shit.
8701.
I'd have to look at the track list, honestly. I don't remember 87. I'm not a big Usher fan.
You don't have to call.
You got that's just that
I like
one is
that
full
video.
of hits.
That's a classic.
I like
You
the
don't have to
video.
call.
My Boo's on there. Fucking
I can't stand Alicia Keys.
I don't like that song.
fucking.
I can't stand Alicia.
Right.
What's the other one?
That's Dominique's favorite. She loves Alicia Keys. When we were
Not my girl,
when she was in elementary school, she used to tell the teacher that at home we called her Alicia. We didn't. We called her as Dominique. So the school would call and be like, "Hi, I'm looking for the parents of Alicia. She did such and such at school today." And my mom is thinking they're looking for some bitch named Alicia, and they're looking for Dominique.
That's actually brilliant.
That
She
is-
done told these damn people that her name is Alicia Keys at the house, and the damn stupid ass school is calling my house asking for
That's-
Alicia
That's
Keys.
brilliant.
Genius.
The fact that no one confirmed with a parent.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Genius.
It took a minute for my mom to realize, like, okay, wait a minute.
Oh, you've been doing shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
diabolical.
So she stole candy from the teacher and handed the shit out, but they looking for Alicia's ass for
Oh,
the
that's
damn
dope.
crime, but it was Dominique.
First of all, if she handed the candy out,
That's nice.
She Robin Hood.
Yeah, that's nice. Giving to the folks. I like it.
Can the teacher need the goddamn candy anyway?
Diabolical. I love it.
She was mad as hell.
What barriers have you encountered when trying to understand someone else's experience?
They attitude. Because that's all Des give me.
I knew
Yep.
that was coming.
And gonna keep giving you attitude.
Yeah.
Period.
In
Okay.
all honesty, it could
Because
be that,
when I'm
though. It
nice
could
to
be.
you, then you say, we're trying to fuck this. And I'm definitely not trying to fuck. So you have to get an attitude.
So
I only say that when you comment on my appearance.
Well, nigga, you lost weight.
hello, ain't nothing like that ghetto. That's the song stuck in my head. Barriers is almost like we were talking about earlier, like when people don't want to help themselves in that manner, that can throw a block in things. People not being receptive to you actually caring about them and just wanting something for themselves. You know what I mean? That's not conducive to being able to be open with somebody. So if it's a one-way road, it's kind of tough to be.
I agree with that. Like when you don't understand why they keep doing things to put themselves in a bad situation, whether it be physical or mental, like they're working against their cause for whatever reason they're trying to validate it.
Yeah.
And they're doing more damage than harm, but then they come back and they're complaining about it. But these are self-inflicted wounds here. So I can't help you if you keep stabbing yourself.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't want to hand you the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So don't bring the Oreos to my house, please.
The
You can't
Oreo?
stop.
I can't stop.
Oh, hell.
I'll do the line real quick.
Oh, Lord. That's nuts.
Oreos and cheesecake. Those are my two weaknesses. Sweet potato pie.
So Oreo cheesecake, is that a problem?
Yes.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Sweet potato cheesecake too.
Mm.
You remember that cheesecake I made then? It was an Oreo cheesecake.
I would have fucked
Glad
it
you
up.
didn't know because you would have ate
I
that
would've-
whole thing.
I would have just pulled up.
Just pulled the wall down. Like, we eating this between. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm still trying to get some more of my Duke's pound cake. That pound cake was good. You try it, Eddie? That pound shit.
We's fat. What's y'all's takes?
I agree with what you two said.
The pound cake was good.
I didn't eat the pound cake. Remember, I left it
Oh.
early that day.
Yeah, you commented on it a few times, like where.
Oh yeah, he kept taking pictures.
Yeah. You kept posting them. I'm like, damn.
I remember that day because the only thing I remember that day is the pound cake. Because I walked in, I spotted it immediately. I said, that's a pound cake right there.
Yes, you did.
You did.
Yeah, so yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was in the foil too.
Yeah, I was raised by country folks. I know.
You
Yeah,
and
it was
rap.
definitely wrapped up, and he saw it through the fucking wrapping that was a pound cake.
A pound cake. And
As he was
and a
walking
turtle?
through the kitchen, he didn't even stop. He said, "That's a pound cake over there." Kept walking.
I'll say with barriers that I've encountered with dealing with people is sometimes I'll try to be empathetic, but then you realize sometimes there are damn near it's like when you deal with computer programs and there's like a failsafe for certain things.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
feels like in certain people's lives there's a failsafe to prevent someone from trying to help the situation. Like where you're like, maybe a parent's teachings or someone's
Okay.
teachings has made them believe that what you're trying to help and understand is impossible. So you're saying, hey, you can totally do whatever the fuck you want to do. And they're like, but I can't because this was
Yeah.
kind of embedded in me. So you're trying to understand how that has so much more power than
I mean,
trying to
it's-
get to the.
It's very hard to indoctrinate people.
Yeah,
Well,
It's-
that's a self thing.
Yeah.
definitely.
But you got to become aware that you're indoctrinated.
That's the key.
But you gotta wanna be better too.
Yeah.
Now you triggered me.
Everything's
Don't watch that Ruby Frank
Fuck is that?
fucking documentary on Hulu.
Who the fuck is Ruby?
The lady that was a YouTuber that was abusing her kids.
Oh yeah, that
That
bitch.
she-
Yeah, that bitch.
Was?
She'd die.
Yeah, she
She
was
need to
like
die.
she claimed her kids had demons and
Yeah, that's the one that was in Utah.
I can't
Yeah.
watch
and,
stuff
and,
like
and
that.
the boy broke out, and that's how they. Yeah. That bitch needs to die.
but that the
Oh, wow.
when you were saying like the husband in that situation was completely like he believed whatever the
That
juice
nigga
was.
knew.
I'm just saying to a degree though, it's like
He believed his wife.
Yeah, he like whatever she was saying, he bought into.
What's that syndrome, Des, that when the mother keeps a kid sick?
Stockholm.
No, that's not
No.
Stockholm. It's called Munchausen.
Munchausen.
She basically had that shit to the 10th degree.
Oh.
And she had 3 kids. It was 3 kids, right?
They had a total of 6.
Oh yeah, it was a lot. I know it was a lot of niggas.
I'm not gonna watch it.
She would go days without feeding them and shit.
Oh, no, hell
yeah,
no.
She
I can't watch stuff like that. I'd be mad as hell.
Did she get a release date?
Oh, it was just 30 years in prison.
So she got a release
She's
date.
Okay.
30 years is not enough.
didn't the father
That
get
should
time
be
too?
forever.
No, he didn't get time.
He didn't get time.
Was she like 80 at least?
Now,
'Cause,
why
like,
he didn't get time?
that's not enough time. It should be
Because
forever.
he literally
She was a
cast him
stay-at-home-
out.
Yeah, she was a stay-at-home mom. All he really did
This is why I'm saying that he was under whatever belief that she was on. At some point, because she had this therapist that she had some weird relationship with, she told him at some point, our relationship or our marriage can't work. I need you to leave until I decide that you're allowed to come back. So he literally left for over a year
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
He moved
with
out.
no interaction with his family
Couldn't be me.
because she told him,
Yeah,
you can't interact with us until I decide I'm ready to allow you back. So he for a year didn't know this was happening because she literally told him you can't make contact with us because he believed whatever the fuck bullshit she was on.
These is niggas or problem couple people.
What the hell you think? There's only I said it when I saw it. Only white people will do this shit.
They were in Utah.
Oh, Utah. I didn't hear you say Utah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, these is palm colored people.
It's a beautiful state.
Oh my gosh.
I can't afford to replace this. My bad.
But the
That's
fact,
sad.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
but when you said that, like
that is.
certain people just because even her son kept saying, well, you know, the belief, and it's like you cannot like. There's certain people that are so fucking embedded in them that they can't break
Mm-hmm.
until they want to break. But so it's like those barriers that I've seen where you can't force them out of that.
You mean like Aubrey?
Yeah. But yeah, those are the barriers I tend to as the ones where they have such an embedded belief, and it's like damn near a failsafe to where it's like whoever made them believe that left it there and was like, yeah, good luck trying to get them out of that thought process.
Yeah.
So you're trying to like understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's like, who the fuck put this here to make you just,
Yeah, it's just a web.
yeah.
That's how our entire government is set up right now.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's been set up like a web for a long time.
Yeah, it's all loud like a motherfucker now.
So
Yeah, it's loud.
Hell yeah.
before we get out of here, I just want to say, rest in peace to Daniel. I'm gonna say I know him by Buck, B-Naz,
Yeah.
Perez. He did the original logo for the Heavyweight Podcast. He's a dope rapper. He would go to war with you and and ride with you in a heartbeat. And I have fucking emails and instances where I've had beef with rappers, and he was like, "Nigga, and he didn't say nigga, but like, who are we going to war with?" And he would just be like, "Oh, I got this beat. We could rap over this," and he'd send me a verse like the ultimate ally. And he would definitely be missed. He know a lot of people, and it used to always floor me because I would run into so many people doing music. I would go to like West Covina and do the B-side show, and then find out that one of the executive producers for the B-side show knew Buck personally, and essentially Buck, if Buck really wanted to, he could have taken over the whole IE as far as a movement, because that's how deeply
there's too many
he was
people.
known and loved. Like that's.
My neighbor, because I posted that, and she was like, "Oh, you talking about?" And I was like, "You don't know Buggy." I'm like, "How the fuck?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, my cousin is his cousin." I'm like, "Of course,
Yeah.
of course."
And when you hear the stories of like ciphers that I've been in and these stories, it was usually at either one of his parties or kickbacks. And the story always goes like where I would come up to him, he was like, "Let me guess, you trying to get a cipher going?" I'd be like, "Yeah, that's why I'm here. You know I'm here." And me, him, and Kevin, they would get some drinks in them, and then we end up having a whole freestyle cipher. And we used to do that shit all the time.
Too long. We were up till the morning.
Yeah, a long time. And then,
Horse.
I mean, that's where we got knees, Najee Twaznaz.
Yeah.
I said that.
Hey, it was flowing, and I was like, oh.
He looked at me like, wait, what? Like,
I mean, he probably wasn't wrong.
It's delicious.
Yeah, they definitely
but man,
missed
you will
already.
truly be missed, man. It's, yeah, man.
Yeah.
But I want to say rest in peace to him. Dope lyricist, man.
Yeah, love you. We love you.
Yeah, man. And
Hold it down.
but again, this has been episode 188 of the Heavyweight Podcast. Like, subscribe, share, comment.
All that.
We love you guys. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.
Sweating. That's a wrap, y'all. That's how she wrote. So make sure you click like, subscribe. Tune in. We on all streaming platforms. So until next time, we'll holla at you.